Hello, this video is about coaching in the context of career growth and progression. I'm Dr. Justin Field with the UNE Business School. As part of our Student Experience Portfolio series, we've been helping students across the university with career coaching, mentoring and resume preparation. In this video, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the nature of coaching and share with you a simple coaching model. So coaching is really around a conversation between a coach and a coaching counterpart, and really to help the coaching counterpart, or sometimes called the coachee, to achieve their career goals. And that conversation would usually be around exploring a range of different options, setting specific goals, and then working towards them in small steps. Now, the most popular coaching model is called the GROW model. G-R-O-W. G stands for goals, R stands for reality, O for options, and W for wrap-up. Let me give you some sample questions so you can understand a little bit more about how this model might work. So for the G, or the goals section, some sample questions would be, what would you like to discuss? In terms of this, what would be the ideal scenario, the ideal outcome? If you achieved that outcome, what would it be like? What would you feel? What would you think? What would others say? And if the coach could grant you one wish around your goal, what would that wish be? So then on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is that goal to you? Then we can move on to the reality section. So this is section number 2, dealing with what's going on in your current situation. Here are some sample questions. What is the situation right now? In the current situation, what are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are other people saying? What effect does this have? Is there anything else that's relevant? And who else might be relevant? What do they perceive about the situation? And then finally, given all of the reality that you've discussed, are there any refinements you'd like to make to the specific goal you have selected? Next is the third section called options. Here are some sample questions. What is one option you could do to achieve your goal? What else is there? And then the idea is between the coach and the coaching counterpart, you would come up with a whole range of options. The crazier, the better. The best options often come from brainstorming in this way. Now with those options, the coach might ask, if I could give you an injection of insight and courage, what would you do? What approaches have you seen others use in similar circumstances? And what approaches might you have used in other circumstances? And then finally, what would be the most outrageous thing you could do to achieve your goal? And so then at the end of that, you'll summarize all of the options and then think about selecting the one that gives you the most inspiration, the one that you feel most passionate about. Moving on to section 4, this is called wrap-up. So in terms of the option that you select, here are some sample questions. What are you most excited about doing? What would get in the way? What support and resources do you need? Who would support you and how would they support you? What are the next steps in achieving your goal? And when will you take them? And then what might get in the way? Are there any barriers you can think of and how will you deal with that? And then finally, what is it that you are going to do? And then typically between coach and coaching counterpart, you would agree some sort of accountability. And the key question is, the coach will ask, how will I know when you've done it? So there you go. That's a quick overview of the GROW model and how it might be used in the career coaching cycle. If you have any questions about the model, feel free to drop me an email. It's justin.field@une.edu.au. All the best.